What is going on, baseball fans, and welcome back to the channel. This is Orioles Today, and as always, I am Sean Ferguson. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today on this Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. And if you're a fan of today's episode, please high-five that like button. And if you're a fan of this content, please subscribe. Get yourself daily notifications for all of these daily video drops covering all things the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles have not played a grapefruitly game in 2 days now. 2 days ago, they didn't play a game at all, and yesterday they did play an exhibition game against Team Netherlands, which we will not get into too much detail about. The Orioles did lose that game 8-5. Trevor Rogers did get roughed up. I believe it was 6 earned. He gave up over 2 1/3 innings pitched. Pete Alonso, he did homer in that game, which is good to see. But again, Rogers did get roughed up. The Orioles did lose, and they look pretty sloppy, especially defensively in this game. So spring training is still moving along. They got an exhibition game in there. Regular season is right around the corner, so you would love to see a lot of that stuff cleaned up. But again, a lot of prospects were playing in this game. A lot of the some of the bigger names are in their WBC camps, which we'll get into here and just a little bit later on in this episode. But again, the Orioles did lose that game to Team Netherlands. They did not look great, specifically pitching. Trevor Rogers did get roughed up in that game, 6 earned over 2 1/3 inning. I do want to start off today's episode, and this episode is, or the start of this episode, the starting topic here. I want to talk about right now the projected starters in the field. How are they doing so far in spring? I had someone comment, I believe it was Ken Silverstone. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. But I saw him comment that he wanted a little more info about the guys that are going to make the 26-man, the guys that are going to be on the opening day roster, not so much on these prospects. So I want to go over some stats of guys, like I said, that are currently looking like they're going to be the starters, the 9 bats on opening day. So this is just their stats so far in spring training and how they are looking. And I want to start off with first base, Pete Alonso. So far in spring in grapefruit play, he is 4 of 15 with 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and he has struck out 3 times and has been walked once and is carrying a .250 batting average. And again, this does not include yesterday's exhibition game against Team Netherlands. This is just the 10 games the Orioles have played in grapefruit so far. And again, these are the projected starters, my projection of these starters on opening day. So first base again, so far through the first 10 games, Pete Alonso, 4 of 15, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. He has struck out 3 times and walked once, and the batting average he's carrying is sitting at a .250. And second base, I am projecting Jeremiah Jackson is going to be there. And so far, Jeremiah Jackson in spring is 5 of 13 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. He has been walked 1 time and has a .385 batting average. At shortstop, of course, I got Gunnar Henderson there. Not so great. 3 of 17. He has struck out once and is carrying a .176 batting average. And over at third base, of course, got my man Kobe Mayo. He is having a very good spring. 6 of 12 with 5 RBIs, carrying that .500 batting average. My catcher, Adley Rutschman, of course, 4 of 15 with 1 home run, 1 RBI. He has struck out 4 times and has been walked twice and has a .267 batting average. And the man I believe will DH a bunch, that's Samuel Basallo. Of course, he's dealt with some injuries. He's sitting at 4 of 10 with 5 runs scored, 2 RBIs. He struck out 4 times, walked 3 times, and is carrying a .400 batting average. Over in left field, Taylor Ward I have there. He is sitting at 3 of 11 with 2 runs scored. He struck out 4 times, walked 3 times, and has a .273 batting average. Right field, I got Tyler O'Neill, who is having a heck of a spring, 6 of 11 with 1 home run, 3 RBIs. He's been walked twice and has a .636 batting average. And right now out in center field, like I said a few episodes ago, I got Colton Cowser out there, 3 of 13 with 1 RBI, struck out 3 times, walked once, and has a 154 batting average. So a few spots there, mainly Gunnar Henderson at shortstop and Colton Cowser out in center field. The numbers are not great at all, but good to see Tyler O'Neill's numbers so far. I love to see what Kobe Mayo's doing. I love to see the power from Pete Alonso, but these are just the 9 guys, again, that I believe that are going to be out there starting on opening day for Baltimore. I've given you a lot of updates on the prospects, so here are some spring updates on some of the guys that, again, I think are going to be on opening day and how they're doing so far. And getting right back into the prospects now that you got that update on the guys that are going to be starting. The Orioles top 30 has been released of top 30 prospects, and the top 5 is not surprising. You have, of course, led off by Samuel Basayo. He is number 1. Dylan Beavers, number 2. Nate George, number 3. Luis De Leon, number 4. And Trey Gibson coming in at number 5 to round off your top 10. Not surprising either with Ike Irish there at number 6. Wahewa Aloy at number 7. Esteban Maya at number 8. Aaron Estrada at number 9. And down at number 10 is Enrique Bradfield Jr. I'm not surprised he's sitting at 10. Again, he still has some work to do. Some other players of note, Boston Bateman with his big arm is at number 11. Levi Wells is sitting at number 15. You got Tyson Neighbors at 17. Creed Williams there at number 19. Anthony Nunez, he is there at number 25. Also got Griff O'Farrell at number 29 on this list. You also got Colin Yeaman. He's going to wrap it up at number 30. So, again, not surprised by what your top 5 is. Honestly, really not surprised by the top 10. I'm not surprised to see Enrique so low on that list, being at number 10. But, of course, your top 5 is where it needs to be. Basayo, number 1, and Beavers, number 2. And Gibson will move up this list, I'm sure, very soon. Still, 5 is a good spot for him, but him and Irish are going to move up a little bit for sure. But that is the mainstay of the top 30 prospects for your Baltimore Orioles here in 2026. And I did an episode a few weeks back talking about some of the Orioles that are going to be in the World Baseball Classic, and with it here now, here's the updated list of who is playing where from your Baltimore Orioles. Playing for Team Canada, of course, outfielder Tyler O'Neill, and he's having a great spring, so I'm happy to see him playing for Team Canada, getting more reps and just continue to get regular season ready. And pitcher Micah Ashman is playing for Team Canada as well. He's 23, plays for AA Chesapeake. Going for Team Panama, that is Enrique Bradfield Jr., and I'm hopeful that he continues to get reps. He needs to get that bat better, and spring hasn't been great for him so far. So I'm hopeful at least getting some playing time in the WBC is going to help. For Team Puerto Rico, you got pitchers Jose Espada and Rico Garcia, and then infielder Luis Vasquez. Those 3, again, heading to Team Puerto Rico. Great Britain is going to get relief pitcher, right-handed pitcher Ryan Long, and he played in the 2023 WBC for Great Britain, and he carried a 2.25 ERA over 2 relief innings there. United States, we are getting Gunnar Henderson. He is not having a good spring so far. I believe I said he was 3 of 17. Really want that bat to be better heading into the regular season, so hopefully he'll get some playing time. There is a lot of big-time names on Team USA, so hopefully Henderson can kind of get it going with some of those, being surrounded by some of those bigger names there, and I'm hopeful he has a good WBC. And last but not least, Team Israel, they are getting Dean Kramer. Again, Kramer is not having the best spring training either, so I'm very hopeful that some time over playing these games against other countries kind of gets him in a better mindset and better form and more regular season ready. But those are the Orioles that are going to be in the WBC. And wrapping up today's episode, I want to talk about a few players, not just the one listed here, but a few players that have already been optioned back down to the minors. That is led by Chase McDermott. There's a lot of hope that Chase McDermott, and he still could be at some point this season, in the bullpen for Baltimore, but he got just absolutely roughed up in his last outing. I believe he gave 3 home runs in his last outing in spring. So the Orioles have assigned Chase McDermott back to minor league camp along with Jason Cabrera, which is not surprising because Cabrera's had a rough go of it as well. So Chase McDermott headed back to minor league camp as well as Jason Cabrera. Peyton Eales, he is headed back down, which is not surprising. Right now, he still has a lot to prove. He's still very, very young, but Peyton Eales is headed back down. Keegan Gillies, who was dealing with injuries, he is headed back down, as well as pitcher Richard Gwash. All of those players are headed back down to the Orioles minor league system and back down to their minor league camp. So not very surprising this far into spring training to see some names come and go, but that is also going to move the Orioles roster of spring training roster down to 69 players. So again, it is Chase McDermott, Jason Cabrera, Peyton Eales, Keegan Gillies, and Richard Gwash all headed back down to the minor league camp, and we'll see more names here over the next week or so as camp continues on, but those names are headed back down to the minors. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode here on the channel. And if you're a fan of today's episode, please high-five that like button. And if you're a fan of this content, please subscribe. Get yourself daily notifications for all of these daily video drops covering all things the Baltimore Orioles. I will see you guys on the very next episode. This is Orioles Today. I am Sean Ferguson, and let's go O's.